Nifty. Ever looked at a map of Earth millions of years ago and wondered where certain modern-day locations were supposed to be? Well, you'll want to thank your lucky stars because someone's just made a map to let you do exactly that. The Ancient Earth Globe is a cool little online tool curated by Ian Webster, the same genius who meticulously compiled the dinosaur database. Webster's interactive map allows users to see how the Earth has evolved from 750 million years ago to the present. To do so, he adapted a software used by geologists to visualize plate tectonics and overlaid his map with modern political boundaries. It's got the added bonus of an address search, so you can pin a location and see where it was during the Ice Age, the age of dinosaurs, or even post-extinction. The site has neat extras, like short descriptions on the bottom left-hand side that lets you know exactly what the conditions are during any given time period. Alternatively, you might also want to jump through the stages of evolution, like when the first vertebrates appeared, or the first primates or hominids. Granted, it may not be the most accurate, but it's still pretty damn cool, and a good way to educate yourself, your wife, and your kids. Keep watching for more cool stuff about the ancient world. Definitely a game changer. Humans weren't believed to be in the Philippines until 60,000 years ago, but new findings suggest they were there much earlier. Excavations in the northern Philippine province of Kalinga have uncovered 57 stone tools and more than 400 animal bones from monitor lizards, deer, turtles, and the now extinct stegodon. Researchers also found the mostly intact skeleton of an ancient rhino species. 13 of its bones displayed cut marks indicating it had been butchered for food. The remains were dated to 709,000 years ago. Before this, the earliest indicator of human activity in the country was a 67,000-year-old foot bone uncovered at Calao Cave. The ancients who hunted the rhino were likely an archaic human species called Homo erectus that may have arrived from China via Taiwan or Borneo via Palawan. Without solid evidence, however, researchers say the hobbit-like Homo floresiensis from nearby Flores Island may also be a suspect. They plan to continue excavating to hopefully find their culprit and maybe even unlock more ancient human mysteries. That was a rough day. Here lie the remains of one supremely unlucky fella who managed to survive an initial volcanic blast but ended up getting squashed by a rock. Archaeologists in Pompeii have unearthed a skeleton that had been pinned underneath a 300-kilogram block of stone during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79. The decapitated remains are believed to be that of a 30-year-old male. Lesions on the tibia suggest a bone infection, which could have hampered the man's ability to flee. The bones were found on the first-story level over a thick layer of volcanic fragments called lapilli. This suggests he survived the first phase of the eruption. Scientists think the man had been hit by hot pyroclastic flows while fleeing. A massive rock thrown by the volcanic cloud then collided with his upper body, crushing his head and thorax. The unfortunate man's skeleton is the latest discovery out of Pompeii. Excavations in the past few months have unearthed the remains of a horse and a young child.
This is why Roman concrete outperforms our own. Roman concrete is known for being durable, so much so that some structures made of this material have lasted for thousands of years. Modern concrete structures, however, have significantly shorter lifespans. US researchers have recently revealed the secret behind the longevity of Roman concrete. Roman concrete was typically made with a mixture of volcanic ash, rock, and lime. This mortar mixture proved to be well suited for the construction of harbors and piers. When seawater enters the concrete through tiny cracks, it reacts with the volcanic ash and lime to produce a crystal called tabermarite in a process known as pozzolanic reaction. The tabermarite crystals bind the concrete particles together, strengthening the concrete and increasing its durability. Researchers are currently experimenting with seawater and volcanic rock in order to create a mixture that could be used to build marine structures that are more durable and have longer lifespans.
Did man once share the world with giant unicorns? An ancient relative of the rhinoceros, described as a Siberian unicorn, may have walked the earth alongside humans. The giant horned beasts were thought to have become extinct 350,000 years ago, but scientists now say the discovery of a fossilized skull shows Elasmotherem siberiacum only died out 29,000 years ago. A study published in the American Journal of Applied Sciences claims the Siberian unicorn may have lived at the same time as humans. The discovery of a skull in Kazakhstan suggests the creatures died out 29,000 years ago, more than 300,000 years later than previously thought. Researchers found fragments of the giant skull in the Pavlovdar region of northeast Kazakhstan. Fossils suggest the Siberian unicorn stood 2 meters tall, 4.5 meters long, and weighed 4 tons, making it bigger than today's rhinos. Scientists believe the Siberian unicorns were herbivores, and their habitat extended from western Russia to eastern Kazakhstan. One theory is that the south of western Siberia was a refuge for the beasts, which allowed them to survive much longer than similar creatures. Researchers are yet to discover any fossilized horns from the creatures. However, skull fragments show a bony lump that is thought to have supported a keratin horn like those of rhinos today.
Caveman or long-lost time traveler? Scientists have unearthed something that effectively flips the table on everything we thought we knew about human evolution. The partial upper jawbone found during a 2002 excavation inside the Mislia cave in Israel took scientists 15 years to date. Their research, which included virtual reconstruction, places the jawbone as between 170,000 and 200,000 years old. The oldest human remains on record were found at Jebel Irhoud in Morocco. These are 300,000 years old. Many archaeologists believe humans migrated out of Africa around 60,000 to 150,000 years ago. The jawbone findings suggest humans left Africa 200,000 years ago. The jawbone contains 5 similarities to human jawbones. These are the small parabolic dental arch, an area of the incisive foramen. The finding corresponds with where the upper jaw and jaw ridge connect with the maxilla area of the human skull, as well as the position of the nasal cavity floor. If accepted as human, the jawbone could push back the history of human evolution by at least 100,000 years. Researchers find ancient megacity. Ever wonder what a Mayan megalopolis may have looked like? Well, aren't you in for a treat? National Geographic reports that researchers have uncovered an ancient 800-square-mile Mayan megacity in northern Guatemala. Archaeologists used light detection and ranging technology, more commonly called LiDAR, to uncover the area. According to the National Ocean Service, LiDAR is a remote sensing method that uses a combination of light, aircraft, and pulse lasers to measure and visualize 3D structures. This lets them remove the surrounding environment to show the scale of the interconnected area. Researchers found some 60,000 structures and said the area was home to millions of people.